All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. As you can tell, we are back home. So we are at our normal, regular scheduled, or not scheduled timing program, but welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics because last night, there was a bunch of stuff that got released. But this first topic, we're going to talk about the increased Tesla price for the Tesla Model Y. We'll talk about how much it is, what could be going on, what is the psychology here, and much, much more. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the best Tesla buying guide that has links to all the credit unions and banks that gets the best interest rate financing, or at least right now, the best interest rate financing and better than Tesla financing at Tesla's rate. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. We've got down here about at the bottom of the screen, we've got Tommy, Antic, Jane, Raihan, Manhantesh. Sorry if I butchered that. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. If you want to check out Patreon link down below in the description. But let us take a look and see what is going on. So shout out to Sawyer Merritt. Breaking. This happened yesterday at 7:30 p.m. We were on a flight back home, so sorry I couldn't get on live. But yesterday, Model Y, Tesla has increased Model Y prices in the United States by $250 again. Okay, so what's going on here is if you take a look at this price history chart, we can see all the different various prices for the Tesla Model Y and what prices it's been in the near past. And this has been another $250 increase, which brings it to a full $500 increase since May 1st. So basically two price increases in this past month, $250 each, totaling up to $500. So, this was something we could have warned about. I didn't think Tesla was going to increase it this rapidly, but I mean, it's $500, right? So we knew potentially this could be happening. And the reason why we knew this is because Tesla Model Y inventory. If we take a look here from mattjung.net, you can see the inventory charts for the Tesla Model Y are at pretty low levels. Today, we're at 103 vehicles posted onto the websites. If you go to waitingfortesla.com, hit the refresh button, and we are at 86 brand new Tesla Model Ys posted onto the websites. The interesting thing here is there still is inventory that you can get on the website that is discounted demo test drive vehicle status vehicles. And what's also even more interesting is that, well, it looks like it's gone already, but it seems like there are still vehicles that you can get on the website with the older non-price increased price. So if you take a look at here, these are still showing on the website at the old price, which is $500 less than what it was before, but trying to, I guess, figure and find them out. They seem to be disappearing very, very quickly. So maybe Tesla has increased the price as well. And so now there's a $250 discount. So of course, we're not talking huge numbers, but yes, I certainly understand if you're buying a vehicle, if you don't have the price locked in from what it was before, that can certainly feel like every single little bit more increase can be up there. But I would say do not worry, because we are almost into June, which is the last month of this quarter. And that's where, if you're in California, or if you're in places or states near California or any of the factories, that's when we're going to see a lot of demo discounted inventory posted onto the websites. And so we're going to see discounts upward of $1,000, $2,000, even $3,000, $4,000 onto the website. So definitely don't worry. It is going to be coming very, very soon. But either way, even if you've got a price or if you've got an order locked into the queue, you're protected. You're protected against any of these order or price increases for the Tesla Model Y, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Shout out to Christopher Dungeon yesterday. He posted this: supply and demand. These small price increases will drive even more sales, which will drive even more price increase. It's a self-fueling fire. So what he's talking about is the psychology of all this. Every single time Tesla increases prices very subtly like this, everybody on the sidelines, myself including, we kind of double think. We're like, hey, why don't we buy one really quickly? Because we feel like Tesla could be increasing prices even more and more in the future. And if we look at the history charts, if we look at what happened last year and through April, May, and June for Tesla, they were literally doing the same exact thing or similar thing. In April of 2022 or April 22nd of 2021, they did a $500 price increase, and that was followed earlier by another $500 price increase, and all through May, June, July, $500. Then they ramped it up a little bit in July up to $1,000 increase. Then in October, another $1,000 increase. So they literally are doing the same exact thing now. So if you're worried about them going back to, because if you're new to Tesla, if you're new to this price thing, buying for the Tesla Model Y and all this different history, the Tesla Model Y long range was last year $66,000 for a Model Y long range base, and now it is at a staggering low price of $50,490. And so Tesla does have some room to go back up to their earlier pricing. I mean, they probably won't do it ASAP, but the shining difference between last year and this year, well, I mean, there's a ton of differences, but the one big difference is now that the Tesla Model Y qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit, and Tesla probably knows that most of their buyers qualify for this. I mean, they can maybe see the income of all their different buyers. They probably have all that data because a lot of people still go through Tesla financing. Tesla financing's 5.59%, and there's definitely tons of ways to beat that rate and get a lower rate. Definitely check out the Patreon link down below in the description to get the full list of all the credit unions and banks out there. And also you can check out Tenet. Tenet is a different way to get a lower monthly payment because they allow you to defer the $7,500, and now you can take advantage of the $7,500 tax credit now with a lower monthly payment. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a ton of other videos a month. So there is a strategy here to use Tenet, get a low monthly payment, get the tax credit next year, and then refinance the whole thing. So definitely check it out. Or if you want to go in the different route, use credit unions like the ones down below in the Patreon link to get access to all the different credit unions that have lower rates than the Tesla's staggering 5.59%. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. The one very, very, very interesting thing with all this is that the Tesla Model Y has now been increased. So the Model Y long range starts at, or the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range starts at $47,490. Model Y long range $50,490, and then Model Y performance $54,490. Besides anything else, seems like all the destination fee, order fees, all that stuff is still exactly the same, and the tax credit $7,500 is still the same as well. But the other thing with that is Model 3 didn't get any sort of price adjustment at all. So I mean, if you're on the sidelines for a Model 3, I still firmly believe that the Model 3 will get some sort of severe price cut, and it probably will be getting one in the very near future. Maybe even next month, because next month is the last month of the quarter, or maybe even the next first month of the next quarter. Who knows? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, lower than Tesla's 5.59%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all Patreon DMs in the Patreon app. So if you want to join and ask me a question, you can definitely do that. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Thanks for joining in this early stream. I just want to get on and run through a few topics because we just got back last night on the flight. It was a late flight, and so I wasn't able to stream last night. So thank you all for, of course, supporting. Thank you for always jumping on when we can and talking about a bunch of different things. But we had a lot of cool stuff that happened last night, and we're gonna talk about how we're gonna navigate all of this. Because it seems like, I don't know about you all, but it seems like to me, Tesla is pulling out all the stops. They're starting to dabble in a little bit more of all the different things that they could try and incentivize people. So it is a great time, is going to be a good time very, very soon to try and get into a Tesla. Let's see here, and let's see. In this next topic, Tesla referrals are back. This has been a long time waiting. Now you can get credits and points if you refer someone, or if you use someone referrals code, maybe even mine. Thank you if you do, to use someone's referral code to buy a Tesla. So we'll talk about that and much more. But before we get into that, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Tesla Kyrav on Twitter. Breaking: Tesla has restarted referral credits in the United States. So this is very exciting because they took this a long time ago. I want to say like 2 to 3 years ago. And then during, of course, that time of the past few years, you weren't able to refer anybody to get credits. And the previous program, it was pretty nice, I gotta say. The previous program, you were able to refer people and get 1,000 supercharger miles, which is a lot. I mean, the valuation on that is, I want to say like what, $100 if we want to say. So that's a good amount of money because you could stack it, you could add on more, and they wouldn't expire. And unfortunately, my supercharger miles, I was able to get a nice kitty of them. They unfortunately all expired last week. And so now we don't have any more supercharger miles, but there is now a way to, if you refer people for a Model S, Model 3 X, Model X, and Model Y, and also if you refer people to solar. And so you might be asking, like, how much do these referral miles even worth or even cost? Like, what's the evaluation? But basically, once you get some supercharger miles, or once you get some Tesla referral credits into the kitty, supercharger miles, you can get 500 supercharger miles for 1,500 credits. So really only one referral can get you a little bit of supercharger miles. And if you bump up to 4,800 credits, you kind of have to refer maybe a Model S buyer and a Model 3, then you can get up to 2,000 supercharger miles. I want to say in my full time of using all supercharger miles for the past, 4 years, I only really used 10,000 in total, and we've done a ton of road trips. If you type on the YouTube, our channel, DennisCW road trips, you'll see all the different road trips we did with the Model 3 and the Model Y, from Vegas to LA, San Francisco to LA, even did Bay Area to Las Vegas, which was a fun 8-hour, 9-hour drive. So we've done a ton of different referrals out there. And if you are, buying a Tesla, if you have not placed your order, even if you've got one in the order queue, Message your Tesla advisor. See if you can use my supercharger or my Tesla referral code. It's down in the description below. It's like Dennis71 or 7581 or something like that. And we'll pull it up right here in just a second. See if you can message them. See if, because you also get referral credits yourself. So see if you can use the referral link. It's Dennis45178 right here in the middle of the screen. See if you can message your Tesla advisor because you also get credits. I think it's like 1500 to 2000, and then I also get credits as well to use supercharging amounts. So thank you if you do. Thank you if you're pending an order, and if you can message your advisor to see if they will attach my code so that we both win when you buy a Tesla. So hopefully that is, you get some supercharger miles or even some credits, because you can buy a bunch of other things in the Tesla store as well, including something else that you might find pretty surprising in this store. But definitely some quick, interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. Hardware 4 leaks about it being in Model Y that are shipping. Do you think it'll be in the Model 3 Performance? What are your thoughts on that? I haven't heard about that yet. It could be. I mean, we've heard that before in the past about hardware 3 and hardware 4 being in Model 3 and Model Ys. I mean, it's really going to take someone to get one, rip it apart, and then see what is going on with the interior or the tidbits inside. But in this next topic, Tesla is now offering 3.99% financing on certain models. So we'll talk about that because that is pretty huge, pretty massive. So we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about, of course, which models are exactly being it offered on. And this is big because not even the credit unions, I mean, the credit unions are a little bit lower than that, and you can get as low as 2.99, but to easily get 3.99 from Tesla themselves, that's going to be pretty good if it can trickle down to all models. So if we're going to talk about that, but if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the credit unions and banks that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing as of now. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. But let us get into this. So shout out to Sawyer Merritt. Tesla has increased the price of the Model S and Model X prices by $1,000. And Tesla now also says on the order page, finance your new Tesla for as low as 3.99%. So if we take a look at the Tesla page, because, you know, we've got to triple verify it and see for ourselves if we go to the Model X, because we just bought a Model X, right? So I'm feeling all the pain about anybody else that has just purchased a Tesla and all these different things are happening, but we kind of knew this was going to happen. You can see right here on the page, 3.99%. for all the way up to 72 months. Massive. This is good. So what could be happening here? I mean, if we search down to any of the terms, it still stays at the same rates, but I'm really curious. A, which bank is doing this through Tesla? Is it TD Bank? Because most recently we heard TD Bank was offering a slightly lower rate than Tesla posted on the websites. Is it Wells Fargo, Chase? And the really interesting thing with this is, like, usually banks do not like financing vehicles of this caliber, of this price range. They kind of get antsy after like these 70, 80, maybe even $90,000 price range. And to see that a Tesla is showing a lower rate, lower than the Model 3 and the Model Y, because still on the Model 3 and the Model Y, we're still in a higher rate of 5.59% right here in the middle of the screen. And so to show that on the Model S and the Model X, you can now get 3.99%. what could be going on here? And I kind of have an inkling of what could be going on here, and we'll talk about it in a second. But and it kind of goes in hand with this most recent price increase. But 3.99% is pretty massive. That is a better rate than most rates. I would say the average rate of when you apply for a loan right now is 5 to 6, maybe even 7%. And so to show a 3.99%, that's almost as low as the credit unions. You can get credit union rates as low as 3.7 to 2.99%, but to get 3.99% through Tesla financing, that is very nice. And I mean, that's a very easy process, right? To get through Tesla financing and not have to worry about any sort of outside loan. And so what could be happening here is, I don't know if you all are familiar with the term rate buy down, but basically what's going on is if you finance a certain product, you can actually pay up a front ahead with like an extra fee, maybe $5,000, $10,000, and that what you'll do is you give that money to the bank and then they give you a lower subsidized interest rate. So I'm not sure if Tesla could be doing that. Most likely they are. And maybe there is much more profit margin in a Tesla Model X and Model S vehicle than we have suspected before. So it could be as Tesla has increased the price of the vehicle, the Model S and the Model X. I mean, they did it pretty recently. Model X went up $3,000 in total, and then so did the Model S, give or take. And so they could be using these funds, whatever, 2 to 3,000 on top of whatever margin they had before, to subsidize an interest rate, because they know that buyers in this caliber, Model S and Model X, they really care about the using loan money and getting a lower interest rate, and they're never really going to pay cash anyways for these vehicles. And so, or maybe the majority of them, I'm just kind of talking in generalities, so I have no idea, but it's very interesting stuff that the Model S and the Model X have a lower subsidized rate to 3.99. And so this is good news, because I mean, the Model 3 and the Model Y don't have that subsidized rate yet, but it is good to show that it is in their wheelhouse for Tesla to show a lower subsidized rate. And this could be coming very, very, very soon for the Model 3 and Model Y. Tesla is most likely just testing this right now with the Model S and the Model X, just like how they're testing a bunch of other financing incentives and products and terms across all the different countries in the world. We talk about how Spain has like a 120-month financing. Another country in EU has 1.99% financing. So Tesla is trying to push and figure out how they can make their vehicles more affordable. And there's plenty of ways to do that, whether it's incentives, lower prices, or lower interest rates at the end of the day. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. It's exciting to see, that's for sure, that the Model S and the Model X have a lower 3.99% rate. And let me know, are you trying to take advantage of that rate? Are you trying to get a Model S or Model X? Definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But there is ways to get lower than the posted 3.99%. I mean, maybe not that much lower. I mean, there's definitely also ways to get much lower than 5.59%. And how you can do that is actually at the Patreon link down below in the description, my Patreon link. And that's where this video is actually sponsored by. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the interest rates and credit unions and banks that have lower interest rates than Tesla's financing, lower than this 5.59%, some even as low as 3.74 to 2.99%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. All right, coffee break. Calvin, what's up? When's your Tesla delivery? We're talking about how Tesla just dropped the interest rate on the Model S and the Model X down to 3.99%. But of course, you've got a different plug, Patreon link down below the description, that you got access to the full list. So hopefully everything is going well. What's your estimated delivery date? Luke Anthony, guess what? Lease for base Model 3 went down to $424 to $399 last night. At least they're finally heading back towards $349 before the $2K price drop. Luke, thank you for noticing that. That is a very Very cool thing. Well, maybe we'll talk about that later today because we're gonna do. We were not able to stream last night because we were flying back. So thank you all for joining in this early morning stream. But there's a bunch of different things that has hit the Twitter or the Tesla ecosphere. So we're gonna talk about a couple more things, and then we'll probably see you back at our usual scheduled programming. In this next topic, Tesla is giving away a Cybertruck. They're giving away another vehicle again. So we'll talk about it, and I will show you exactly where you can go to join it. But if you're just joining it, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. So we'll back this up and what this is actually going on here. But Tesla is giving away a Cybertruck vehicle, a brand new one, not a toy, but a full vehicle. But this is how you actually have to join and how you actually enter in. The first thing that you have to do, if you didn't know, Tesla has brought back referrals. So if you've got a pending order or if you have not bought a vehicle yet, please use our code. Please use Dennis45178. Message your Tesla advisor through the app. See if they'll attach my code or our code to your pending order, because you will get free supercharger miles, or you'll get free credit for the Tesla loot box. And then for that, you can be able to get free supercharger miles. I think you can get like 500 miles to start. And so definitely please use our code Dennis45178. But in case you don't want supercharger miles, if you don't want any sort of that, you can actually enter in your credits and just see if you can win a Cybertruck raffle. They've done that in the past. They've given away Tesla Model Ys and other vehicles as well, and they actually posted on their socials that they actually gave it away. So you can spend your 500 credits of the 1,500 to 2,000 that you get from buying a Tesla, and to see if you can get even more likely to get a free Cybertruck. Quote, one winner will be selected at random to receive one of the first Cybertruck VINs off the line. No reservation needed, free of charge. So the big thing here is that they're going to give away one of the first Cybertruck VINs. So that could be this year, most likely. I mean, Elon has said that they will be doing some sort of delivery event by the third or fourth quarter of this year. And so you'll probably get invited to that, and you will be able to take delivery of a first Cybertruck. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. I mean, if I had some credits, I would throw our name in the bucket there just to see if we can actually win a Cybertruck, and hopefully some of you as well. But thank you to everybody that will be using our Tesla referral code. It's Dennis45178. Just quickly go into the Tesla app or the text message them for your pending order to see if you'll get free supercharger miles, because if you're buying one of these vehicles, Model Y, 1,500 credits, Model 3, 1,500 credits, that is actually just enough for you once you get that to get 500 supercharger miles. So I'm talking to you, Calvin, Luke Anthony, Arm7 Gaming, and anybody out there. Please message your pending order, currently message your Tesla advisor to the text message or anything in the app. Just message them Dennis45178. And you'll hopefully be able to get, you will be able to get supercharger miles. And maybe if you're feeling more daring, throw 500 credits into the Cybertruck raffle. But pretty cool stuff. I mean, this even just solidifies more that the Cybertruck is coming out this year, and it is going to be crazy to see these vehicles on the road driving around. And so we'll see what happens with that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. This video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. Thank you for joining in, everybody. It's a quick message to your Tesla advisor. I mean, who knows if they're actually going to do it. We have not confirmed because they used to were able to attach referral codes to pending orders. And so hopefully they'll do that again, because that would be pretty nice to be able to get supercharger credits for everybody that's pending, because I know a lot of you watching this channel specifically have a pending order for a Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X. And so You know, if you do it and if you send a screenshot that you did, I'll send you my free buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions and banks out there. So I know a lot of you watching, you know, are hesitant to pay the membership fee to the Patreon, but if you send your referral code to your Tesla advisor and you send me a screenshot of that to, let's just say, my Instagram or my Twitter, on the about us page of the YouTube, then I will send you my free buying guide, or send you my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions and banks out there to get lower financing for your Tesla. So I know that's going to be some value for you, and in turn, you value for us if we can get more loot box credits, because, you know, I'm definitely going to throw some in there to the Cybertruck to see if we can win some of that. Let's see what else. In this next topic, it seems like Tesla is removing USS sensors from existing vehicles, which is just super interesting and kind of weird, and makes me feel like maybe I shouldn't bring my Tesla into the service center. So we'll talk about this, which is just really weird. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and let us get into this. So shout out to Drive Tesla Canada. Headline: Tesla is now disabling Model S radar sensors during service visits. So let's take a look at this. Tesla has started disabling radar sensors from some vehicles during routine appointments at service centers. So far, the disabling is limited to the 2021-2022 Model S running software 2020.9 later, with employees explaining that it is done because they are no longer needed after the switch to Tesla Vision. I mean, if this happened to me, I'm not sure, I'm not even sure what I would be thinking, because it seems like if you watch any of the videos out there, the USS sensors are much, much better than the Tesla Vision, that without the cameras and the sensors, ultrasonic sensors, and things like that. And so I feel like I'd rather have Tesla ask me if they were going to disable it and like get my opt-in permission. But it seems like Tesla's kind of doing this automatically and saying, hey, you don't need them. You don't need those USS sensors. But I don't know if I would be, I think I would be upset. And most likely most of you would be upset as well. But definitely interesting stuff that Tesla has decided to do this, I guess, automatically during their service visits. So warning to anybody out there with any vehicles that have USS sensors, because there's plenty of you out there that took delivery beef last year with the Model 3, Model Y, S, and X that have the USS sensors on the bumper. And so just be aware, Tesla could be removing Tesla sensors off of the radar. So definitely be aware of that before that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Water break. Krishna, if you use it, if it's confirmed that they're accepting the referral code for pending orders, I'll probably just send me a message and I'll do something for you. But we need to confirm, because if they're accepting it and we both get the credits, then that's going to be definitely some valuation for both of us, because superchargers are expensive, especially in California. All right, let's jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But if you're just joining in, crazy stuff last night. A bunch of different Tesla news. Tesla Model Y increased $250 across the board, and existing inventory seems like has also increased as well in terms of pricing. But other than that, still qualifies for $7,500. Still has a high interest rate of 5.59%, and it is definitely an interesting time. Calvin, got my VIN on the 9th. They said it's coming May 23rd to May 30th. Yeah, it's definitely coming by then. It probably arrived a little bit before that, and then they do like the pre-delivery inspection and all that stuff, and you'll most likely take delivery by then. So hopefully you got your financing all squared away, because you're going to want to work on that and figure all that out. But yeah, I'll do that today. Yeah, thank you to Calvin, for submitting my Tesla referral code. Anybody out there that's got a pending order, if you want free supercharging miles or free loot box credit, definitely submit our referral code to your Tesla advisor. Just send them a quick text message. All you have to do is send them the code Dennis45178, and then hopefully you'll get some free loot box code. We have not confirmed this works yet with a pending order, but I would imagine it works so that you can get free supercharging miles, because you'll get, if you got a Model 3 or Model Y that you're about to take delivery, you get 1,500 credits, which then you can go around, turn that in, and buy 500 free supercharger miles. So definitely, if you can do that, it'll be very nice for you and me. Is that regarding the USS or radar? That's a good question. I think it's regarding the radar of the Tesla Vision, which is like autopilot and things like that. But you never know. They could trickle that into like parking sensors or anything like that. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Working from home and watching right now. Never saw you go live in the morning before. Yes, there was a bunch of Tesla news that happened last night, but we were on a flight, so I was not able to get on live. And so I figured first thing in the morning, we'll just get on live and talk about a few different topics. Just checked with my rep. They said they're only doing for new orders. I got to cancel reorders, what they claim. Oh, dang. So yeah, then that sucks, because now the new price is $250 more. And so they've definitely factored this in. So it's not worth it, Krishna. Then I'm sorry to that. Then that sucks. But maybe, if everybody does it, maybe they'll open it up. And at the end of the day, it depends on which Tesla advisor you actually get, right? Because some are better than others, or some are more flexible than others to work with you. Let's see what else we got. We've got one more thing. In this next topic, the Tesla Model 3 refresh has been spotted again, and this time with a brand new steering wheel and brand new seat. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Tesla Chan and Hexter696969 on TikTok. The news: the internal steering wheel of the Model 3 Highland vehicles has been spotted for the first time. They are seen as a modified circular wheel that is different from the previous one. So if we take a look at what is going on here, you can see that there is some silver trim on the bottom of the steering wheel, plus a silver trim on the top, which a big, massive middle section of the steering wheel, kind of like the current Model S and Model X steering wheels. On top of that, the seat looks much different. I see it looks a little bit thinner and not as plush maybe as the Model 3 or the Model Y currently is. But other than that, we've currently seen the Model 3 rims that we've seen before in the past.
New Tesla model.
And we can take a look at this video here of, I guess like someone was like using like drones to get some aerial photos, which is kind of funny. They were driving probably over Fremont and zooming in and zooming out, but definitely some cool stuff that someone accidentally left the driver open side door of the Model 3, and we were able to get some more spy shots of the new Tesla Model 3 Highland that could be coming out in the near future. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, the last rumor is that China might be starting this new Model 3 project Highland next month, but that was quickly denied by Tesla China as well. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, at this point, I could probably guess to figure out that the new Model 3 Highland could be coming out this year. And so we can probably expect that, because the Tesla Model 3 inventory is hitting a very, very, very high level. And so the Tesla probably knows they need to do something to refresh the model line. And so a new Model 3 will definitely incentivize people to buy more Model 3s and clear out the old ones. And so definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. What else do you spot, or did you spot from this spy shot or spy video? We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, what else we got? Thanks for joining in, everybody. We just want to run through a quick amount of topics. We'll probably be back on again at our usual scheduled programming time, like 5:30-ish, because we've got to do a giveaway, actually. And we'll probably do it. Should we do it today? Yeah, I guess we'll either do it this. Well, we've got 2 giveaways planned this month. If you are a follower of the channel, you must be subscribed to enter in. But let me show you a sneak preview of what we might be giving away today, either today or next Friday. I haven't decided yet. What's right here? So we're going to be giving away this Electron home charger for your Tesla vehicle. It's compatible with all vehicles. You can see it's got the Tesla charging plug right here. You just plug it in. It's kind of like a mobility charger, I guess. But it's also got the NEMA 515 plug and the NEMA 1450 plug. So shout out to Electron for sending me this charging kit. And we will be doing a giveaway for it, maybe this Friday or next Friday. Haven't decided yet, but we'll give you the exact instructions. And on top of that, if you're in the SoCal area, Jason at OC Tint Solutions has hit me up. He wants to do another giveaway for tinting your Tesla. So, you definitely got to be subscribed, and we'll give you the exact instructions on how to join. And he's probably going to be wanting, well, I know he's going to be wanting to give away free tinting for your Tesla for any vehicle, Model 3, Model Y, S, and X. And it's going to be 3M ceramic tints. So definitely hit that subscribe. We're either going to do one of these 2 giveaways this Friday, next Friday, or maybe even the Friday after. But we're definitely going to be doing those 2 giveaways this month, in the month of May. So definitely hit that subscribe. It will be on a Friday. And of course, we will give all the details in the video and also on the community page if you want to check it out. But thanks for joining in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for everything, hitting the like button, the subscribe and everything. Thank you for everybody that has not ordered yet to use our Tesla referral code. It's Tesla. It's Dennis 45178. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.